Philippine Bi discs. The circle within a circle is a very ancient solar symbol appearing in civilizations from humanity's earliest dawn. Sumerians, Assyrians, Egyptians, Hebrews, and even the maritime Phoenicians used this imagery to mean sun or day. In Neolithic China, the bi-disc form was created by the Liangzhou culture communities, fashioned from Nephrite jade, a precious stone harder than most iron or steel. The sophisticated form of a circle within a circle, captured in a flat radially symmetric disc, which, according to the rites of Zhou, represented the heavens. The Zhou dynasty that came into power over 1,000 years after the Liangzhou culture communities disappeared from China, put great importance on the bi-disc, demanding defeated foes to surrender their bi-disc, a symbolic transfer of heaven's mandate of leadership to the new government. After a battle, the victors forced their defeated foes to surrender their bi-discs as symbols of their submission. For the Zhou, sacrificial rites and wars are the most important state affairs, and the Jade Bi was of great ceremonial importance for both ritual and war during the Zhou dynasty. Jade artifacts from each dynasty have distinctive traits. The style of the carving for Western Zhou is noted for its single and double slant incised carving, which is known as the 45-degree big slant carving, and the technique has been discontinued after the Han dynasty. 3 amazing white Nephrite Bi, carved in the style and motifs of the Western Zhou dynasty, have been found in the Philippines. Most people think of jade as green, but for most of China's history, jade has come in a variety of colors, and white, mutton fat nephrite was the most highly praised and prized. Western Zhou jade artifacts are very rare. The few that have been unearthed show fine workmanship, influenced by late Shang imagery. Motifs include the dragon, phoenix, Tao Tie, and other mythical creatures. Because of the difficulty of producing these images on the rare and hard nephrite jade, each element must have been carefully planned and loaded with meaning. To the Zhou Imperial government, the Bi was far more than an ornament or a trinket. Bi discs represented what they saw as their heaven-given right to rule. Finding ancient Bi discs in the Philippine Islands bear implications on our nation's history. Many of the symbols found on the 3 Bi number among the 12 imperial insignia to be used only by the emperor and his ministers: the sun, moon, 3 stars, mountain, dragon, pheasant, 2 vessels, water plants, fire, grain, axe, and fu. Researchers wonder at how Stone Age artisans were able to cut, shape, and incise jade that could not be carved by ordinary processes. Their superior technologies were recognized by China's classical dynasties that continued to use ancient grinding, abrasion, and drilling methods without relying on metal tools. By the time of the Han dynasty, the use of ritual jade forms had mostly lost its significance, to the point that the Qing emperor in 1790 thought that the Bi disc was a bowl stand. Bi disc A. Bi disc A has 9 dragons, 1 central dragon in the inner circle, and 4 Huang forms with dragon heads on each end on the outer circle. This dual motif, separated by an incised rope pattern, appears on both sides. 9 was seen by China's classical dynasties as the number of heaven. Between the 2 dragon heads of the Huang is the creature called Tao Tie, infamous for its voracious appetite for wealth and power. The Huang form was used in worship of the 4 deities for the 4 cardinal directions. The 4 Huang forms may represent the 4 quarters of the earth to the north, south, east, and west, perhaps a reminder of their mandate to conquer all under heaven. Imperial insignia include dragon, which represents the imperial power and control over all the waters; axe, on the dragon's faces, the imperial ability to punish evil. Axe-faced dragons meet to form the pheasant, lord of the birds. Sun is formed by the Bi disc itself, a symbol of enlightenment. Seaweed, representing purity and imperial leadership. Fu Bo, the central dragon poised in the shape of the Fu Bo, speaks of the emperor's ability to judge good and evil. 45-degree big slant and double slant, used during the Western Zhou dynasty, was skillfully employed by ancient craftsmen to accomplish this masterpiece of open work translucent white nephrite jade. Bi disc B. Like Bi A, Bi Disc B has 9 dragons, 1 central dragon in the inner circle and 4 sets of back-to-back pig dragons. Pig dragons date back to China's Neolithic age. Several large Neolithic-type pig dragons have been found in Luzon. Divided into 3 concentric circles, both sides of the bi-disc had been masterfully crafted from white nephrite jade, showcasing the 45-degree big slant and double slant used by the Western Zhou dynasty. The innermost circle contains a Fu-shaped dragon, creatively held in place by seaweed in open-work jade. Middle circle is filled with a repeating pattern of 3 stars in low relief, seen as the Big Dipper constellation, the seat of divine justice. Outer circle is composed of the 4 groups of back-to-back pig dragons that, when flipped over, become the horns of the Tao Tie, which may indicate the dragon's greedy appetite to consume the 4 quarters of the earth. A peculiar symbol found on the snout of the Tao Tie of a circle with a crescent shape below it, similar to symbols found on Liangzhou culture artifacts, which some scholars have interpreted as the ancient character for Dan, the rising sun. Imperial insignia include dragon, axe, sun, seaweed, fubo, grains, circles and swirls that remind the emperor of his responsibility to feed the people, 3 stars. The high-quality white nephrite is revealed by its translucency. Ancient tool marks and drill holes used to make the intricate curves and patterns of this precious hard stone are still evident after thousands of years. Shards of quartz stones that may have been used to grind the jade were caught in the small spaces. Evidence of antiquity in the 3 Bi include deterioration marks, calcification, cleaving veins, additive crystals, and differential weathering. Bi Disc C 9. The number of heaven also features prominently on Bi Disc C, with 9 elegant creatures crouching on its surface. The sophistication of the artistry and flow of curving forms reveal the work of a master craftsman of ancient times. Marks of the ancient tools used to grind and polish the prized white nephrite are clearly seen. Among the 9 creatures are 6 tigers and 3 qilin. Tigers were a symbol of bravery, fiercely attacking the wild boar that threatened the crops. The word Hu, protect, sounds like tiger. 6 was the number of man over whom the emperor ruled. Could the tigers have represented the courage of his ministers and citizens tasked with enforcing his rule? Qilin, the Chinese unicorn, were mythical chimeric creatures that had the highest ranking, even higher than the dragon, during the Zhou dynasty. A poem from this classical dynasty calls the sons of King Wen, father of the royal Zhou lineage, the feet, head, and horns of the Qilin. Imperial insignia include sun, moon, fire, symbol of the emperor's burning desire to rule wisely, mountain representing the stability of that rule, the 5 claws of the imperial dragon signifying the emperor's power and control over all the waters. 5, the number of the emperor, is more clearly seen in the reverse side of the Bi, cleverly designed in the open-work jade in the central circle. The main circle was incised with 4 greater seal script characters in the 45-degree big slant carving style on a smooth, flat background. Both characters and carving style consistent with the Western Zhou dynasty. The first character means a large trading center, over the character for residence or grave, composed of a covering over the word to entrust. The third is a possessive its, and the last is treasure. The owner of this Bi may have been entrusted to govern over a large trading center and its treasures, where he was to reside. The ancient character for a large trading center is composed of the word Qin for gold and Zhen, genuine. Could the ancient origins of this character be linked to the land of gold, the country which we may now know as the Philippines? Perhaps artifacts like these 3 Bi found on the Philippine Islands may help to revive our missing national memories. According to Spanish texts from 1493 to 1898, regarding those who conquer and settle in parts of these islands, especially the Chinese, from whose histories and their remains found in various parts, it is learned that in former times they were masters of all these archipelagos. According to our Spanish colonizers, the Philippines had been colonized by China in our distant past. They just didn't know when. These 3 Imperial Bi of the Western Zhou dynasty may shed some light on that date. Ambeto Campo, modern Filipino historian, notes, "As you can see, there are quite a number of things taught in school that one has to unlearn, or at least correct." Thank you for joining us in opening the book of our past.